Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's Power Boost. Today, we'll be talking about how we can enlarge the circle of life. We usually tend to create a very close knit circle of life with some near and dear ones that we consider important in our lives. But generally, these are the same people that we have attachments with. And when we use the word attachment, we simply mean that there is a bondage, a dependency, that we base our happiness, our peace, our love on someone else's behavior or words. And this is the same dependency which makes us like or dislike certain people. So when they, for example, are able to fulfill the expectations that we have of them, then we like them. Otherwise, we don't really like them. And the same like or dislike makes us think about those people again and again and again. Thoughts become cyclical either when we are pulled by someone or something, or when we are pushed, means we don't like. So those people also and things also keep our minds engaged. So when the thoughts become cyclical, it's like going around in circles. And this becomes very exhausting for the mind because we are the ones who chose to make the circle very limited. Our thinking is very limited within that closed circle. And even if we broaden to something in this physical world, right? For example, if you give a child a limited number of toys to play with, then he will be engaged with them for a while, and then his life is around those toys. He's constantly talking about those toys and wanting to play. And he may be even dreaming about them. But the day the toy breaks or somebody takes it away, then he doesn't want to deal with the toy anymore. And what seemed so important to him, right, now starts to come crumbling down. So now, when we talk about the spiritual knowledge, the spiritual wisdom, then how does it help us to enlarge and that circle of life? First of all, what spiritual knowledge does, it tells us that our life here is not limited to the physical world. First of all, we ourselves are non physical being, subtle and invisible. We are living conscient beings who are points of light, and we call generally this point of light as a soul. And today we can call it an invisible traveler, right? Who's on a journey. So, with the spiritual wisdom, with knowledge, we start to broaden our perspective mm, of our lives, which is not limited to just the physical world, but also there is a world that is beyond the physical world. And this broad perspective helps us to broaden that inner circle or enlarge that inner circle. Now we don't depend anymore on a few people or toys, but we are able to connect with our truth, our inner life, and that true world and the true family, which is much bigger. That inner world consists of a much larger circle far away from the physical world, is a non physical reality, a home in an unlimited sky. That home of the inner being, the living conscient. There is no body there, right? It's just this conscient being. And in this home is the true family where everyone is a brother. So everybody exists in that home as a tiny point of light, right? And also the true parent, the supreme being, the head of the family also stays in that home. So when we broaden our perspective like this, we get to know the truth about ourselves, the truth about everybody, who we are relating to. And probably everybody on this planet Earth, right, is a part of that true family, is a light, tiny, conscient light. And each one's truth is that they are noble, they are respectable, they are lovable beings, and they're perfect. And we view this the whatever is going on in the physical world as just some role that they are playing, a character they are playing, as if in a movie, right? So when we have this broader perspective, one can easily see that a soul is immortal, is imperishable, that he's just on a journey, right, on which he encounters many people, many toys, and also that their truth is of immortality and eternity. So one becomes sensible to have very loving relationships with all the brother souls, such that we meet every time in the journey with a feeling of sweetness, right? And there is no like or dislike, but there is equanimity in the relationships. There is equanimity and calmness and peace and just respect for everybody equally when we look at this broader perspective. So let us do some meditation to see the big picture in our lives. So, to see the big picture, it is good to consider the self. When we are talking about the true self, is this tiny point of light, the invisible being, who's the invisible traveler. So, let us become aware of the invisible traveler. Invisible traveler belongs to the home, that is his place of residence. The invisible traveler looks like a tiny point, is the one who's aware that he's eternal, his home is eternal, his family is eternal. The true family consists of sparkling lights, also invisible. They all are children of the same parent, the Supreme Being. The home is a vast expanse of light where the whole family resides together. There is comradeship in this home, feeling of friendliness and equality at all levels. All are tiny points, all are perfect beings, all are noble beings, innocent, playful. All are worthy of respect, worthy of love. And all of this is the truth of each one, including the self. The true self is also like this. From the home, the invisible traveler can see the big picture. He has a broad perspective. He can see from a far distance his life, his character, his visit place of visit, the physical world. But also, he knows that he's not limited to that physical world. His existence is beyond the physical world. And when he experiences the truth of himself and all his brother souls in the home, the pettiness from relationships, even in the physical world where he is visiting from a short period of time, that goes away. With this broad perspective, his circle of life becomes enlarged, unlimited. And so when he comes to interact in the physical world on his visit with all the people and the toys and objects, he comes with that broader perspective, the larger circle, the unlimited. He still views the truth in his awareness that is apparent, dominant. So no matter how anybody else behaves, he's able to still go beyond that temporary character. See the truth behind. The truth becomes easy to see when one connects to the home. That environment of light makes it natural to see the truth of the self and everybody else. So we keep that circle enlarged, circle of life, as an invisible traveler. See both realities, the one that is temporary, the place of visit, and the one that is beyond the place of visit, the home. Om Shanti. Have a very good day and thank you.